The worst way to try to learn any new skill, especially singing, because that's what I teach, is to try and be perfect at it off the bat. So if you're watching a video like this and your psyche is interested in this content and you're trying to learn, that means that there's a humility inside of you that knows that you can learn something from a video like this, or if you're taking lessons with me, that means that there's something in you that knows that you're in a position where you can learn and just have an opportunity to kind of grow. And if you stick to that instead of these drives of attempting to be perfect or wanting to perform or impress, in the case of when people are studying with me, or your own self even, then it's like there's this competition between like the humility of being receptive and open and wanting to learn, and the ego that is like very concerned with image. And I know that's heavy and deep, and it does come up a lot in lessons with me, and I guess that's just kind of what makes me as a teacher. And I know that it's something that some people have a really hard time kind of grasping or hearing about, because a lot of times I get like, you should be a therapist. Well, I don't want to be a therapist. So if you ever want to tell me that, don't, because I'm a voice teacher, not a therapist. I'm a singer. One of the ways in which this manifests is like, so I'll ask a student to go key, 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 and they'll try it, and it doesn't work out that way. It goes key, key, or something, or key, key, and then they stop, get self-conscious, and start again. And I don't like that for them, because I think that when you stop and start, it trains you to, if something doesn't work out exactly the way I want it to right away, then I should stop and like try again until I get it perfect. This perfectionism has got to go. Obviously, if you try to go key, 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 and it comes out key, 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 it's fine, but don't stop. This is the full exercise. So try key, 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 key. That's where I'm at. Where are you at? Try it. You might make a face, your voice might blank out, it might be forced, it might even like hurt a little bit. It doesn't for me, but that's because I've been doing this for a long time, and I remember in the beginning the frustration that it wouldn't work. But do not train yourself to stop. Another thing is, habit I see in students is I'll go do key, and they'll go in their heads like marking it, and then they'll start it, and that's also not a good habit to get yourself into. Just try like a reflex key, and you might be flat key or under the pitch or over key. It's too high. It's okay. Just try. It's kind of like me, like I've shared, I'm teaching myself basketball, and I'll miss, and then I have to just kind of go get the ball and try again, and then maybe I get it in, maybe I don't. That humility and that lack of trying to be perfect will help you get better so much faster, because what's happening is you're stepping on the accelerator, stepping on the brake, stepping on the brake, and then you stop the car and you get out of it. And, just this hesitation has to go. Life is short. You're not here to be perfect. You're not watching this video because you're perfect at singing or because you're super proud of your singing capabilities at all times. You're watching this because you know that you got something to learn. And if you're not good at it off the bat, that's totally fine. I think that's the most important thing that I have to teach my students that are sort of just kind of beginning lessons or in this environment of like learning this new skill. They really need to learn how to learn, which I think is what we in the society have not taught people very well. There's a lot of shame wrapped up in learning, a lot of fear of failure. You have to let yourself fail. You failed a gazillion times before you learned any new skill that you had. And you have to have a humility and a peace with it. And a lot of students, my students will say, oh yeah, it's fine, I'm okay. But I can still sense it's not. And I'm a challenger. I will keep challenging that, because even if you're not aware of it, there's a lot of self-consciousness and shame, especially around something with singing, because it's yourself, it's your voice. It's so intimate. And I know it can be much when I kind of keep pointing those, like, okay, don't start again. Okay, don't worry if it's imperfect. That's why you're here. And you know, people will chuckle, or they'll feel exposed, or they'll feel ashamed. Well, yeah, this is difficult. If it wasn't, everybody would be singing out there. It's become difficult through the years, sadly, because we've become very heavily socialized, and we're supposed to just stay in line, be normal, and not make mistakes, and look perfect, and yada, 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 yada. We have to overcome that perfectionism. We have to be brave. We have to just take a leap of faith. And maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. If it doesn't, that just means we still have more work to do. We're not entitled to have a great voice. So this is probably my most preachy, up on a soapbox video I've made so far, but I think it's a really important one for a lot of people to get. You're not going to be perfect. It's okay to make mistakes. No matter what new skill or new thing you're trying to do in your life, there's going to be a ton of failure. And if you persevere and you continue, you're going to get better at it. And just because something's not working out right away doesn't mean that you're not going to get good at it. I think I'm a decent writer. I was not in the beginning. I think I'm a decent singer. I was really not that great in the beginning. I had some raw talent to start with. Decent at gardening now. I've been doing it for many years, and I've made a lot of mistakes. Every single thing that I am decent or good at, or really good at, it's because I've been putting a lot of hours into it. Like meditation, for example. I've been doing it for a long time. So now I feel like I can really meditate. But it takes a long time to gain a new skill. Okay, I think that's enough of my preaching. I think you got the idea. And sorry that I repeat myself so much, but I think repetition is the mother of all learning. How's that? Take care.